Okay, your senior years arrive. You finish your football season off on a decent start. You finish your basketball season off great. Now it's time to go to a school and pick a sport. Kind of give us your understanding of why you chose basketball over football.
Um, playing football, I learned to love the game. I was in love with football. I would, love to go to school and play football, but I just think the better offer, was on the basketball side. So if the better offer came from football, I would have went to school for football, but the better offer ended up coming from basketball, so that's why I chose basketball.
Okay, so now you chose basketball. Now you got schools coming in. Kind of give us, who's recruiting you and why you chose to go to the school you went to.
Yeah, I was getting recruited by heavy by a lot of good D2s. I get a lot of calls from Kentucky Wesleyan, U of I, St. Joe's, and Rensselaer. So those were the ones that was really, to me, was showing real interest in me. Get calls from a few D1s, but I didn't really think they showed any real interest. So a lot of D2 schools, a lot of NAIA schools, I felt was showing real interest in me, and I felt that I could go there and play immediately. I never wanted to go to college in a red shirt and play behind this person and that person. I was into going to school to play, so that's a lot of the things that kind of shaped my decision on where I ended up going.
Okay, so you chose Goshen University?
Goshen College.
Goshen College.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Just going down there to visit, it was a pretty small atmosphere. I was kind of looking for something that was a little smaller, somewhere that I know for a fact that I would play immediately. Then just going and checking out some of their games. They had a much bigger following than I thought. It was a pretty tough conference. It was smaller schools in Indiana, but it was still a pretty tough conference. Good competition. Some players I played against in high school. So I just thought it was a better fit, anywhere else.
Okay. So, kind of going to your freshman year at Goshen College, you just explained to us that you wanted to play starting off. So did you play your first year and kind of go into that?
Played immediately. I played as a freshman.
Okay.
Probably got 20 minutes a game. As a freshman. So that was really something that I was really looking, to do, was go and play. Be in the actual rotation. Never wanted to get caught up in red shirt and just being a bench player. Not really being important. Just being able to say, okay, I went to this school or that school, but if you didn't play, it really don't matter. So, I was pretty satisfied. My first year, I played a lot more than I expected. And it was really, I really didn't see a difference in the competition. So, I was immediately able to, compete.
Okay. So after your nice freshman season, kind of go into your thoughts for your sophomore and junior year.
I definitely wanted to do more, both of those years. I definitely wanted to, take a bigger role, on the team, step up, be a better rebounder, score more points, do more things on the defensive end. So that was kind of the thoughts that I had going into the summer after my freshman year. Just getting better, becoming more, well-rounded, doing a lot of things well instead of doing, one or two things well, just doing everything well on the court. So that was my thought process from my freshman year going to my sophomore and junior year.
Okay. So playing basketball and being able to play AAU, did a lot of traveling. Did Goshen offer you a different challenge, because you did travel with AAU? Of course, Chicago Central.
Mm-hmm.
You go everywhere. What did Goshen do different for you your first 3 years that helped you grow as a man and also as an athlete?
It did a lot to help me grow as a man. Just going, from East Chicago Central to Goshen, the gym was smaller. We had a following in basketball, but it was nothing like East Chicago. The town was slow, so I was, pretty much in a situation where, you was pretty much forced to just man up. So it definitely did a lot for me as a man, more than it did for me on the basketball court. So, I definitely give Goshen credit for helping me, develop as a man. But on the basketball court, it was a lot of things they did do different, than we did in East Chicago. I was kind of used to, just the type coaches that get in your face, grab you by the jersey if you was doing something wrong. It was just a much, more mellow vibe. The coaches weren't really as hands-on as my high school coaches were. So I was kind of used to being coached differently than I was there. So that was pretty much one of the only changes from high school to Goshen.
Okay. So now you're going into your senior year. I'm sure, like most athletes, you have thoughts on maybe going pro, playing pro ball. Kind of give us your thoughts on your senior year. I know you won. I know you was part of the all-conference team, different things like that. So kind of give us your thoughts of going to senior year. Did you have, any goals set?
Yeah, it was. There have been players who came through the conference who play overseas. So at the beginning of the year, I thought that was a goal that was attainable. Maybe pursuing a career overseas. Depending on the season that I had. But things happened. When I was in college, I ended up becoming a father.